Welcome back to another episode of the Vow to Be Fierce podcast. Hi, it's Kayla Cordero, your host. I'm so happy that you're here. So, thank you for listening. If you're listening today as I'm recording, happy Friday. We are in September. Oh my goodness, this is my favorite time of the year. And normally, when I was in New York, there's nothing like autumn in New York. Everyone knows that. Who knows? But now that I'm in Florida, I actually really appreciate this time here too because it's just nice. It's nice. It's cooler. It's not as hot, and it's comfortable. And something that I've been doing over the last, I want to say, month or so is really focusing on revamping my home and like decluttering, making it pretty, definitely leaning into my Libra vibes. And I even added these really pretty pink curtains in my room, in my bedroom. And I've been leaning into like feng shui and all the things. And honestly, it's made such a huge difference. And our environment, our physical environment is a reflection of our inner and vice versa. And it just helps. It just helps when things are clear and, organized and nice. I say that coming from a person who I likes, you hear me? I like organization. I like to, pretty environments. And at the same time, it's always been a struggle for me because I'm always like doing all the things. And, sometimes life be lifing and things just pile up. That's just what it is. And for me personally, it was tough, especially when I was experiencing um, a lot of turmoil with my mental health. That was the last thing on my mind. Even if even if I wanted to, even if I knew that it was going to help me, I couldn't. And if you have been there and you've experienced that, then you can understand. And for those who don't, that's fine too. But I'm just sharing my experience and my story. And yeah, but I feel so much better now, and not that everything is perfect, not that conditions have actually changed. What changes me? I've been changing. I've been growing. I've been releasing and doing a lot of trauma therapy and just facing my BS, facing my facing my fears head on. And it has been a journey, okay? It has been a journey, and not that it's easy because it's not. It's actually really hard, but it's so worth it. And it has, I'm just really proud of myself. And one thing that I am leaning more towards is celebrating myself because I'm so quick to be the hype man for somebody else and be encouraging and point out the celebrations and the good stuff that people are doing. And I'm my biggest critic, you know, and I've been really, I haven't been listening to my inner critic as much. And it's, it's like you have an inner critic and then you have your inner hype man. And my inner hype woman is coming out and she is like, no, um, you got this. And she's always there and she's always there, cheering me on and reminding me who I really am. But At the same time, sometimes the inner critic gets really loud, and sometimes they're in a battle and it's like, ooh, okay, who's gonna win? No. um yes, so I'm just giving you a little insider into my brain and how I process things. But all in all, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling a lot more at peace, and I have a lot more clarity on things. And, you know, it's a journey. One thing that I learned last week is, and thank you for my people for reminding me, you know, not to focus on the setbacks and not to allow any small setbacks ruin all of the progress that I have made, and not to forget that, because that's what's going to happen. On any life journey and anything, when you're growing and you have growing pains and you're moving through the things, it's you know, it's not always gonna it's not a linear journey. It's not always going to work out exactly the way you want it to be. And that's why I'm learning to be more flexible with myself, and more and stronger in my boundaries with myself and with my peace of mind and all of that. Anyway, that wasn't even what I wanted to talk about, but I was just giving you like where I'm at right now. um, I'm coming on here because I wanted to, first of all, happy Fierce Friday. Like, happy Venus Day. Let's bring in all the good vibes. I feel like this week was so long and it was so heavy, and we are in eclipse season, and things are moving, things are shifting, things are falling away, things are coming in. Like, a lot of energy is swirling. So just be reminded, this time is really good for you to do less. If you're a person that does the most, like me, I'm reminding you, you don't have to do anything. Just rest as much as possible in whatever way that works out for you in your life. Okay? Just remember that. I'm really excited because I've been wanting to relaunch Fierce Love Letters for a while. For those of you who know, I launched Vow to Be Fierce in 2014. So that's like, what, 11 years ago? And it has been the way that I built my community, like from scratch. And this is why I have such a beautiful, such a powerful community. I don't believe in numbers when it comes to community. For me, it's about connection. It's about genuine interest. It's about reciprocity, and support. And there are so many different levels of that. And I'm so deeply grateful for the community that I've built. And so shout out to all of you, okay? Because it wouldn't be a community without you. And that's why I always say, like, this journey, Vow to Be Fierce, is not only about me and my experiences. This is about us. This is about us. And I'm just buzzing right now. So, okay. Relaunching Fierce Love Letters. Okay, this was before like Instagram and Facebook and all of that stuff. And so I had my basically newsletter, right? Emails where I would just write love letters about all the things. And I love it when someone hits reply and tells me what they're feeling, what they're going through, one of their wins, something that resonated with them, or it fills me up because I feel more connected in that way. And then it reminds me, like, oh, okay, you're on the right track. And it's not about external validation, because I'm learning I need to give that to myself. And those are things that I already know. But sometimes when you're growing up in when you grow up with the story of always looking around you and outside of you instead of looking within and trusting what you know to be true, I've had to learn to do that myself. Okay. And so that's another reason why I'm on this journey. Oh my goodness. As I'm talking, I see a little lizard thingy outside my window. Hi, yo, he is literally like holding on for dear life, but I feel like he's like trying to wave to me. Oh my gosh. Hello. Okay. We know how I do. I digress. Okay. So, what was I saying? Oh, about, growing up in patterns or whatever. So I've done so much work on basically unlearning all the ish that I picked up on through the years, to just be in the world. And sometimes being in the world is tough, okay? But this is when you have to remember your connection to your soul. Like, your soul always knows. This is why I'm like, your intuition never lies. She knows. So listen. Okay. So, but we're not taught to trust ourselves. We're not. We're always looking for evidence. And it's like, faith over fear. Okay. So, anywho, I'm turning 38 October 1st. Woo! Shout out to my Libras. Yes. So I decided to revamp. Like, I've been trying to think of ways to do things in a fresh way that gets me excited and also grounds into the core of what I've always been about, which is love, community, growth, support, encouragement. Like, believe in yourself, believe in your dreams, keep going, be you in your fullest expression, whatever that looks like for you, because everybody is super different, right? And so, so I decided to launch a Substack. And basically, it's just like Fierce Love Letters' new home, right? It's cool because it's kind of like a blog style, but you also receive the email. So if you're not on the app, that's totally fine. It'll send you emails. And this is for people who don't really know like about Substack. It's like this huge, beautiful, genuine, creative writing community. And it's just it feels like a very genuine space. When it comes to social media, sometimes there's like a lot of BS out there, facades, whatever it is. But I love social media because it connects me to all the people. Like, there is so much power in the connection of the internet, okay? It's about how we use the things, just like anything else in this world. It's about how you use it, the intention that you're putting behind it. And are you using it wisely, with discernment, with balance, all the things. So for me, I love social media. I love connecting with my people, especially people who are, at the Vow to Be Fierce movement. We are not local. We are all over the place. So shout out to my people everywhere. And the internet allows that access. And I've met so many freaking amazing people. Anyway, so that's why I'm a believer in like community and reaching out. It's not always going to work out the way you want it to, but it's like anything else. You have to put yourself out there and be willing to just be open, and find your people because they're out there. Anyway, so Fierce Love Letters. I'm starting with a series called 30 to 38. So 30 days to 38. And it's basically like a journey. It's a journey of prayers, of reflections, and the gift of becoming. Because that's what I'm calling whatever the heck I've been in, a becoming. And that's what I'm choosing. I'm choosing to reframe things for myself and to look at the truth and be like, okay, what is this? What am I getting out of this? What can I learn? What can I leave? All the things. So, so basically every day I'm going to be going on Substack. We are currently on day 4. No, we are currently on day 5. Wait, hold on. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, today's day 5. And day 1 to 3 is already up. So follow me on Substack. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Just put your email, become a free subscriber. Let's connect, let's stay in touch. And I don't like to be, I'm a believe, like, I know when to let go and when to keep moving, right? I'm very flowy, and I also believe in, I don't need to force any relationships, any connections, anything, because I believe that my people are my people. And I also know that for some, I'm not their people, and that's okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm just coming to a space. I don't know if it's getting older or just learning to be, and learning that, part of my self journey is like, I'm enough all on my own anyway, and everything else is just an abundance and a bonus. And so, a very, very important pieces for my life. But at the end of the day, I spent so much time forcing and like trying and all of this, and it's like, it's a waste of energy. And so, whoever is meant to be in my orbit will be, and whoever's not will not be. And I'm okay with that. And I'm also okay with everyone being on their own journey in different places and all of that good stuff, right? So, I say this to say, I've had people on my Fierce Love letter list since 2014. And honestly, I've pretty much have all of the same people. There have been very few here and there who have fallen off, but for the most part. And the last few years, I haven't sent consistent love letters, but they're still rocking with me, and they always have been. So again, shout out to you. But at the same time, I'm different now. I'm building something. Like, I'm really intentional about my legacy and about purpose and like what I'm here to do, right? And so part of that is being mindful of where you give your energy. And so I wanted to give people a chance to resubscribe, to choose like, okay, yes, I'm still on this journey with you, or to choose to unsubscribe, and that's okay, and move on. So yeah. I mean, so far nobody has unsubscribed, which I think is interesting. And I say that to say, I have met, like I said, a lot of people on the internet, right? And this goes for internet people and like in person. Some people will watch from the crowd. And that's okay, because I've been those people before. I've been that. Watching from the crowd. And like, sometimes it's about, you never know. Like, one thing I've learned is you never know who you are impacting. Because so many people have impacted me where I never told them. Like, I never had a conversation with them. But something that they said, or maybe something that I learned about what they were doing, or a workshop or something like that, has impacted me. I have spent a lot of time in my life and energy and money investing in myself. And part of that is also investing in other people and their business and their gifts and their work. And so that's why I'm like ready to receive in return as well, because I've given away so much for free. And, that's just me. I give a lot. I'm a giver. I love that. But I'm also knowing that in order to be in my highest good, in order to achieve the goals that I have, in order to provide a life for me and for my daughter that just feels aligned for me, I need to be more open to receiving, which has always been a thing for me. And I'm working on it. I'm working on it because I want to be a receiving queen. Okay, I am. That's it. But when I think about it, people are always trying to give me. People are always trying to give in return. And so it's about me allowing it, okay? And allowing it and knowing that I don't have to give to receive, okay? That's that. And so I say all of that to say, you are more than welcome to follow me, to get on my email list, get on Fierce Love Letters, and follow me for free. Cool. And if you want to dive deeper, if you vibe with me, if you're like, yo, I want to be all in, I want all the things, you can also, there's a pay there's a pay subscription, a paid subscription option. And basically it's like $5 a month, 555, because you already know. Five is one of my numbers for many reasons, but that's another podcast episode. And it's only been revealed to me recently. But 5 is about change and transformation. And yeah, so it's basically $5.55 a month to follow me. I say follow me, but to be part of the community. You know what I'm saying? And then you could also be a founding member. And this is like the OG VIP people. And there's like, you can choose to pay an annual fee for that. And then there's also just like a one-time regular annual fee to pay instead of monthly. Whatever it is, however you decide to show up in that community, if you vibe with me, then hi, I welcome you. Like, come on in, because it's gonna be a time. Okay, there's so much coming, and I'm just like da 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 buzzing, as you can always hear. I was actually talking to my mom the other day, and we were both cracking up and laughing because I was telling her, I talked to her just like I talked to you, right? And so I'm like telling her a story and like ba 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 ba, and I get so excited, and sometimes the energy can be just like so vibrant, and I'm laughing and she's there, like, because she can also be really vibrant, but I think this was like at 8 a.m, and I see her face and she's like, oh my God. We were laughing. I was like, I know. Let's, anyway, shout out to you, mama, who's always my number one supporter. If you're listening, which you probably are, but you'll probably hear this like in 2 months from now. I don't know. But yeah, so all in all, we are on day 4. Get up in there. I'm doing a countdown, 30 days to 38. Sharing a lesson, sharing a prayer that's helped me, sharing a reflection, sharing something each day. And then if you are a paid subscriber, you get all the goodies. You get, I'm going to be doing like readings, you get special invitations to gatherings that I'm going to be doing, and a bunch of other stuff. Here's the thing. If you vibe with me, you vibe with me. I don't need to go down the list of like, hey, here, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get me, and that's it. You either know or you don't. I love to trust my gut. And so if you're part of my people, you might be similar in that way. And so you either vibe with me or you don't. And either way, I love you. So moving on. This was meant to be short, but you know how we go. I get excited. I want to share all the things. And I want to share the real process and all of it, like the process through this, like starting something new again or starting over with anything can be a bit scary sometimes, because it's like, oof, it feels unfamiliar because you maybe took a break, or, maybe you're trying something new, and sometimes you have to ignore that fear and just be like, listen, thank you, but I'm going to continue. Like, you have to have that drive. You have to find the fire within you of why. This is why people always talk about why, the why behind what is the why behind what you're doing, whatever it is. Like, what is your motivation for doing anything, basically, right? Like, we have motivation. What's your drive to go to work? Let's say you don't like to go to work. I mean, you don't like your job or whatever, but there's a drive. There's a reason why you get up every single day and you go, right? Whether it's to pay your bills, to give yourself financial security, or to just like be with the people, whatever it is, there's a drive behind all the things. And yes, sometimes we do things that we don't like, but we always have a choice, and we always choose up. We always have a choice to show up and choose how we show up. And so, yeah, I think I've said enough. I love you. Have a beautiful weekend. Sending you so much love. Happy Fierce Friday. And hopefully I'll see you in my Fierce Love Letters.